I guess you guys can watch some Clickpocalypse. Yeah. What is that game Juan is playing that he's not playing, that he's playing, that he's not playing? Give you guys something to look at. Okay. We're going to talk about now a topic, and then once we finish with this topic, we'll move on to your questions. If you don't know what Streamer Workshop is, Streamer Workshop is a session we hold every Monday where we give you all some streaming topics and streaming knowledge about maintaining your stream, communities, and just building your audience and community on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you want to go. And then we answer questions in chat that you have about streaming. We look for aspiring streamers to ask questions. We ask them to, send me some stuff to look at. We can critique it and look at it for you, give you some feedback on it, and the like. So what I'm going to talk about this week, which was something that was brought up, and I'm going to give you some suggestions on this, is the idea of talking. It may sound really, really weird to say that, but talking is very difficult. It's a very difficult topic, and it's something I wrestle with all the time. So, what do I mean by talking? When we talk to people about streaming and engagement on Twitch, we always say that you need to have something going over the air, whether it be high-level content, or if your gameplay that's shining, or your personality, or a combination of both. And a good way to keep people engaged is to keep talking. Do not stop talking. Talk. Nothing kills a stream faster than dead air. Where there's no talking, there's just straight up, you staring at the screen if you got a camera, or not staring at the screen if you don't got a camera, playing the game and not saying anything for 30 minutes. People will leave. You really got to have some. You got to be a pro gamer. You got to have some really good gameplay for people to stick around for that. So keeping yourself engaged is a challenging thing, especially as a new streamer. Why? Because you may not have more than 20 people in your chat. You may only have 1 or 2 people. So it presents a conundrum that you have to talk, but there's nobody there. But in order for people to be there, you have to talk. So you got to learn to talk to yourself, or talk to a virtual audience. Some people say they talk to themselves because nobody's listening. But since Twitch records and you may have more than one viewer, somebody is listening. So you are going to be talking to something. So it's really, really difficult to do that sometimes, because especially if you're new or you're not very talkative person, it's kind of uncomfortable just talking. And, because our social skills teach us to talk to people, unless we always talk to ourselves. I mean, then it's natural. Our social skills teach us to talk to people and form conversations and provide feedback and stuff like that. But when there's nobody there, what do you do? What do you do? Personally, I had a lot of practice ever since I was a wee little lad. I had the gift of gab. If I cared about something and I had to care about it, I could talk about it, and I could joke about it. I could make fun of. I was always a good conversationalist. But I still struggle with this. And even when it spilled over into my professional career, these skills really, really help you, especially when you consult, or if you deal with people in general. You don't have to be a super duper professional guy. You can be just in customer support, or you can be working at Best Buy or something. You got to have some kind of people skills developed. And not everybody's born with that. So I'm going to talk about some things that I suggest to you if you're struggling with this. If you're starting a stream and you want to improve your communication and vocal skills. But first, let me level up my ninja, because I can't have this. He can't be sitting there on some points and not level. All right. First thing, practice a 3-minute pitch. One of the most common things you're going to get asked on your stream, and you should be prepared for this, is what do you do, or what kind of streamer are you? What type of show is this? Practice a 3-minute pitch where you talk about yourself. And if you're a humble person like me, you can't stand doing this, but it helps. Practice a 3-minute pitch of I call it the elevator pitch. 3 minutes is the maximum. You want to kind of start with like a 30-second to a minute pitch to just practice saying it. And this can start by writing it down. Write down some thoughts, what your stream is about, what kind of games you play, what kind of games you like, just stuff you like to talk about, what type of streamer you are, how long you've been streaming. All this stuff, you practice, write that down, get it on paper, so that when somebody asks, you pretty much got it down. So that's a good starting point to just talk about what type of stream you are, because as a new streamer, that's going to be the most common question you get. So practice an elevator speech, start at 1 minute, and try to work your way up to 3 minutes. Okay. Once you get past that, here comes the challenge. And this is something that I've told my family this. This was something I used to say. Those of you who watch my podcast, know that I used to say this all the time. Here it comes. If you're going to podcast about something, you need to be able to talk about it for a really, really long time without the other person saying anything. This was a question people used to ask, how do I know what to podcast about, or should I get into podcasting? So I said, if you're going to podcast, this is audio podcast days, you need to be able to talk about it for a good time, for a long time. And the other person will be like, they can't get a word in because you're talking about it so much. And I call this the stuck in the elevator scenario, where you're stuck in the elevator with somebody and I challenge you to talk about that topic the whole time you're stuck in the elevator and the other person can't say anything. So you need to develop that kind of repertoire. You need to develop that gift of gab to where you can talk about a certain topic continually, nonstop, effortlessly. And if you're passionate about it, you'll find that you got a lot to dig from. It's a little bit challenging at first. Like people into photography, man, you get those wheels churning. They're just like, yeah, I like photography. I bought the Canon. 7 hours later, I took a picture of this. I took a picture of that. Did I develop this? Did you hear the story? And they're talking about it. Just talking. You gotta break that shell and talk about it. So I call that the stuck in the elevator scenario. Get used to doing stuff like that. It's not really an exercise, but if you find yourself not able to do that about gaming or whatever you're doing on the stream, then you're gonna have a rougher time. Because effort, when things become effortless, that's when people start to really like you and hear you. When it seems like you're trying hard and you're nervous and guys, I don't know if my stream is looking okay. It's everything. When you're people smell that. They're like bloodhounds. They're like, oh, he's scared. I'm out of here. GG. But seriously, it is a very, very valuable thing. So how can you get better at the stuck in the elevator speech? Here's what you do. Here's a quick exercise. Download Audacity. If you don't know what Audacity is, go to audacity.sourceforge.net. I think it's .sourceforge.net. And I'll put this link in the chat. God dang it, freaking. Oh. What? How? What are you doing? AudacityTeam.org. Oh, they got a new domain. Go get Audacity. Download that. Okay? First thing you do. This is a free app to record audio. Very simple to use. Not a lot of options. You just click record. If your mic works, it'll work. Download Audacity and record yourself talking about a topic. From a Twitch perspective, from a podcasting perspective, it's a little different. But download Audacity and record yourself talking. Oh, I gotta loot the room. No. I didn't loot the room. From a Twitch perspective, it's a little bit different than podcasting. If you want to, you can do it this way. Start playing a game that you normally play. could be Clickpocalypse, like my game here. It could be CSGO. I don't know what you play. But record yourself commentating it, talking about it. Pretend you're streaming. This is kind of like your offline practice. Download Audacity and do that for like 15 to 30-minute chunks. Okay? Do that a few times. Don't go back and listen to it right away. Just like record yourself talking about it. And if somebody at your house say, who you talking to, just shut up. I'm talking to my audience. I'm a Twitch streamer. I went to Buena Streamer Workshop. Shut up. I'm busy. Just do it for a few times. And once you get about 4 or 5 of those going, go back and listen to them after you got a bunch of them built up and critique yourself. Number 1, listen to what you're saying. Number 2, see how long you're quiet. Time yourself. How long are you quiet? How long is there dead air? You know, and I would mute the game audio if you can. If you can set up Audacity to not have the game audio pipe through, then more power to you. There's ways to do that, but if you can't, don't worry about it. Go back and listen to it and critique yourself and say, man, would I watch myself? Would I watch that? You know, get a friend involved. Say, hey, man, can you listen to this? This is me trying to be a streamer. Yeah, it's funny, I know. Can you check it out for me for real, seriously, though? You know, pass it on to someone else and see what they say. And then analyze it. So the things you should look for when you analyze it are you speaking clearly or are you mumbling? You may laugh, but sometimes you see on stream. Oh, wow. Wow. This is a stream workshop. You just mumble. And nobody can't understand you. Make sure you're enunciating your words. Pronounce them completely. So make sure you're speaking and make sure there's not a lot of dead air. You don't want. I mean, if you got 5 minutes of dead air, that is like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. 5 minutes of dead air is a long time. You don't want to ever surpass that. And I catch myself doing it sometimes. I'm like, wow, I haven't said anything in a while. Let me talk. How you guys doing? Make sure that you are speaking and you don't have those long periods of dead air. On top of mumbling, try not to end sentences with a question. I do this all the time. And we as gamers, especially if we're trying to figure out something, we throw out all these rhetorical questions. Am I supposed to go in here? What's this? What's this do? Is that the boss? What? Is it? What does this gun do? How do I use it? You know, this is like you giving yourself rhetorical questions. You're thinking out loud. You don't expect an answer. You gotta try to limit that. Because what it does is it generates confusion when you're streaming. Because the stream may think you're asking the question and you're actually talking to yourself. So the more you can minimize that habit, because I do it all the time, because I'm a gabber, I talk. The more you can minimize that habit, the better. I mean, you're gonna do it. It's like human nature. You're gonna do it. Especially if you're, like I said, if you're trying to figure out something or you're focused and concentrating. Try to limit it. You're not going to completely eliminate it, but try to limit it. Okay. Another thing. How can I word this? It's okay to be quiet when you're focused sometimes. I know I said you shouldn't try to have like 5 minutes of dead air, but I do it myself. You get into part of the game, man. You put on the try hard pants. You like, you know, and you're really trying, and chat fades away. Suddenly, it's just you in the game. Focus mode. Ha 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 ha. We're going to kill this boss. You know, you're really focused. It's okay to be quiet during those moments, as long as you catch it. So after that little moment is over, you know, apologize if you must. Just say, hey guys, I really got into that. I'm sorry for that. You know, and then start talking again. But it's okay for that to happen, especially if you're getting into a game or you're learning something new. Definitely okay to do that from time to time. And finally, what I want to suggest to you guys, and I do this all the time. My wife, she catches me doing, well, she doesn't catch me. She just watches me do it sometimes. is that I'll go back and watch my past broadcasts as if I'm a viewer. I go back and I watch my past broadcasts and I look for a bunch of things. I mean, a lot of things that are outside the scope of just talking. But if you're looking at whether you've got a lot of quiet time on your stream, go back and watch your past broadcasts. You know what's a good tool? If you've got a mobile device or a tablet, bring up your stream in audio only mode while you're doing stuff, and just critique yourself. Just see, let's see, was I quiet too long, or am I mumbling? Am I asking questions? There's a bunch of other things to consider. But if you do these exercises, if you give yourself a pitch so that you can introduce your stream, if you're stuck in an elevator for an extended amount of time and you're able to talk about the game you're playing, that's cool. And if you do these, I like to call them podcast exercises, where you're talking to pretty much nobody, and you get in the habit of being able to do that. If you have no viewers, it's not going to be an effort to talk. It's not. It's the more you do it, the more repetition, the more practice you have. You can talk to any streamer out there. I mean, a lot of streamers, they do this practice like trial by fire. They just keep streaming, and the stream becomes their practice. But if you're a new and up-and-coming streamer and you want to do something else outside of just streaming, these are additional things you can try to improve talking. So it is a challenging thing, guys, because like I said, I wrestle with it. Every streamer out there wrestles with it, where they just have to keep talking. And that requires energy. That drains you. People can't do it. I mean, like, one person that really, and we're going to talk about a streamer here, that just confuses me is Man vs. Game. I am confused. I mean, you know why I'm confused? Because I didn't think a human being could talk and play games for that long. He doesn't shut up. Man vs. Game talks the entire cast, and he streams for 70+ hours. It boggles the mind. I'm like, how is this humanly possible to do this? He's some sort of freak of streaming nature or something. It's hard, man, because you're pouring out energy to your stream by talking, joking, and doing stuff, and you really got to pace yourself in order to go for as long as he does. Like, I know I can't even do 24 hours in my stream. That's how much energy I pour into it. If I do a 10-hour stream, I am just done. I'm just like, But man, it takes a while to get to that point. But so, guys, to review, elevator pitch, stuck in an elevator, record yourself in Audacity, critique your streams, and I think that'll improve your speaking. You'll notice the result in less than a couple weeks. You'll notice if you do this for a few days a week, a couple times, like not even an hour, you're gonna notice a change. Things are gonna come naturally. They're gonna come easier to you. All right. So with that, that's the end of my topic of talking, which I just did a lot of. And oddly enough, I've been talking all day for work, so my voice may go in any moment. I did get a request to review a stream, but I didn't get anything to look at. So I don't know if Meow Ching is here, but Meow Ching wanted me to look at a past broadcast, but she didn't send me a link. But she did give me her URL for her main site. Let me look. Did she misspell Brittany? Yep. Nope. Well, maybe. I don't know. All right, let me go to the stream. Okay. Should I choose the latest? Ripvod, how much? All right. See, okay, I'm not gonna get rid of it because the parts are already muted out. Okay, this is City Skylines, I think. So I'm gonna. What I like to see when I look at this is the initial greetings of people. I think she'll watch this, so the VOD. Also, she just did something that I want to talk about. Smile. See how hard it is for me to smile? You guys, if you smile on your stream, it helps. And I have a gamer face, so when I'm playing games, I'm like this. And people come here, they're like, "Wow, he looks like he's really enjoying the game." I'm like, "You need to look in the mirror. Look at your face when you're playing the game." And very few people are like, "Hey, look, I'm playing H1Z1. I got a shotgun." You know, not a lot of people express joy in their face when they're playing a game, although the inner joy is beautiful and glorious. You know, smile from time to time. Well, I can hear it. You guys probably can't, but she hasn't said anything yet. I'll turn my headset down so I don't blast myself when I turn it up. Her mic's muted. She's got company over there, so that could be why. Or maybe she doesn't know the mic's muted. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. She's talking to him. Nope, still muted. Oh, it says silent build. Never mind. It says silent build. So the mic was muted on purpose.
Right, should I call in an airlift? What's going on? No, just keep following this road. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Herpaderp.
We're ready.
I'm smart. I has one. I has one smart.
So I'm here with D-Dog. And here we go. Let's see here. I'm heading towards the nearest mission, which is pretty far away. Jeez. Alright, should I call in an airlift? What's going on? No, just keep following this road. Okay.
Do I have rechat enabled?
Let's see how my weapons are doing. Ooh, I probably need to call in an airdrop pretty soon. But for now, I'm just gonna keep playing. Won't do the airdrop just yet.
Not sure why I disabled this.
You made it now!
Let me see if I can get her chat. I don't know if she has the rechat stuff enabled in her channel. Sometimes you can see chat on a lot of streams with rechat plugin. There we go.
Okay, we are going live.
All right, no chat messages for this one.
Metal Gear Solid 5. The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, the audio's low on this one. In her newest one,
Right?
the audio's
I'm
good.
gonna continue.
That's all music though. Audio's a little low. I'm guilty of that on my stream. Audio's a little low too.
Today, we are gonna have a donation drive. Woo! Trying to get a backdrop because no one wants to see my bed in a stream.
So cool.
It's not what we're here to do.
She's got a donation drive for backdrop, lights, and poles.
Let's take a looky.
She just
here.
explained that.
Music isn't playing. Music, come on, music. Music, why aren't you playing?
Skip the 40 minutes.
Here we go. A good amount of side op missions, and the game was at 63% complete. Like, this game is massive. So yeah, like, if you want to spend the rest of your life trying to beat this game, this is the game. And where did you find the dog? In one of your earlier missions, you find a little puppy, and if you rescue the puppy, you, like, after a certain amount of time...
Oh, you weren't talking to
certain
me.
amount of missions,
Crap, I thought you were talking to me.
I'm gonna back you up. D-Dog, go kill the guy. Come on, you're a big, cute, fluffy dog of death. Come on. So we're gonna send D-Dog maybe this way.
You could tell when somebody's been to my streamer workshops.
Attack that one guy.
You can
right
tell when
there.
somebody's been to my streamer workshops. Proud Buana
Yeah,
says.
that's right. Someone
She said she had 5 regulars
okay.
last week.
Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Everything is come on right now.
All right, let me check out
Why
this
isn't my
one
control
from
working?
DR Blaze. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Not good. Oh shit, they saw me.
Let me see. Let me
Alright. Time for you to die.
pause it.
Screaming now since people Okay, he's dead now. Now those guys are alerted.
All right, let's try this one.
Can I do this? Alright. Cool. Up. We upshut the download. Whoa, my god, Luke is just barreling forward. Ah. I wanted to get, like, the kill shot on Luke. I mean, that almost looked comical the way Luke was running around. That's cool.
Okay,
What's up,
so
Luke?
she's got
Hey,
chatter
Jiggly
delay on this
Luke.
one. This is
Jiggly
from the
Luke.
9th.
Jiggly Luke. It's Jiggly Luke.
Oh my gosh.
Jiggly Luke. What are my complaints so far?
I just saw
No
him jiggle.
toggle crouch. That makes me sad. And so far, trying to just like join a game with Marcus has been annoying.
I've noticed
And
multiple
we wanna be
layouts
on
so
the
far.
same team and play
Like,
together.
this is from the 9th. The one that I saw had some stuff along the bottom. Like for donation. That could be because she started the donation drive. She's got her brand up there with that cat face. It's just funny. Twitter. And this one has a cam border.
But it just didn't seem like it was possible to set
And
up.
it has
That's
a
what all
picture
that
border
trouble
as
was
well.
about. It was just
So I think she's experimenting.
aggravating process of trying to join multiplayer, and that should be whoa, that corpse went flying. You know, it should be an easy process. You know,
You can tell when people come to my streamer
just
workshops.
be like,
It's so
hey, you're
beautiful.
my friend. Let's play together. Okay, cool. Not we joined.
Y'all
together.
making this
We're not
hard
on
for
the
me.
same
I can't
side.
find anything wrong.
We have to start the game, and then someone.
I gotta
else
really,
has to
I gotta go like
it.
Super
Maybe
Saiyan
I'm
1
missing
and like get
something,
really
haven't
picky.
figured something else out, or
Cause so far I don't see
something-
any problems. The stream quality's
Glitches,
decent.
beta, I don't
The
know.
audio levels are
Right
okay on
now,
this one, I think.
those are
Yeah,
the complaints.
that's halfway up. That seems okay. It's like very downtime. I mean, very little downtime in her not talking.
It's an A-wing. I haven't run into like too many terrain problems. It's very.
And she
simple.
says she has a donation drive for before a green screen kit.
Still just trying to like get used to this map.
So hopefully that'll alleviate the. I see what you're talking about with the camera angle. Hey, Cheese Snips, when'd you get here? Who let this guy in here?
Oh, Snipe PL again. Second time.
It's
he's
just like
killed
cheese
me.
snips. Suddenly.
Snipe pool. So my laptop is running it nicely. It's at a steady 40 frames a second. Not at a...
She's on a
I don't know
laptop?
what graphics mode it's in though, but I haven't checked all
This
that.
is on a laptop.
It's smooth. I haven't had any laggy problems. which is
Wow.
Cool. Ooh. So we're gonna like storm the base a little bit. That'd be cool. Nice. It's just like the movie. Oh my god. Corpses flying everywhere. Nice.
Sponsored by Buona Workshops. At first I thought I said warships. That's why I said workshops. Did Palpatine supercharge this up? So far, so good, man. No downtime.
Later time. Plus, I'm getting really, really thirsty.
Talking does that, guys. When you talk as much as she has been, and I do, you get parched.
Delicious.
You get parched.
Getting back in the game. Of course you're following Miss Rari. And if you're following on Twitter, which I know you are, you're gonna get 2 times the amount of, twice the amount of, like, entries
Oh.
into said contest. Giveaway thing.
So she's doing a social media hook for a
So,
giveaway.
yeah,
That's cool.
Basically, we're all hyped right now. 100% hyped. I'm so hyped, I'm not paying attention to the game. Daily dubs. Woo! I just spawned just 2 people killing each other. Alright, alright. Oh, okay. Tickle my lamp again. This guy was killing me a lot.
Okay, I was waiting for somebody in chat to say
Hey,
something.
what's up, Darkstream? How am I liking Star Wars Battlefront? So far, so good.
Wait a minute. All right.
I'm having.
Did you see how quick she saw that? A lot of problems, and I'm going to use her as an example for people who are doing it wrong because she's doing it right. She noticed that chat message seconds after it appeared. And if you don't have a lot of chat activity, it's easy to not look at chat and to just focus on the game. That was like less than 5 seconds.
having a lot of fun.
So that was
I'm
that was
doing
good.
Terribly, but you know, it's only like my 4th match or so. Getting into the groove of the game.
And her
It
skills aren't that
looks
bad in the game.
beautiful.
She's not like super terrible,
It's
so.
playing really smooth. I've run into a few snags and minor complaints.
See, she has like more than 2 things to say about the game. Some people's like, "Oh, the game sucks," or "I like it." She actually said more than 1 sentence.
So far, I'm having fun. I'm still not 100% sure if I will put the full money on it when it comes out, but
Same way I feel.
if I like it enough, if there's enough support, maybe I will. Oh shit, someone else. I'll throw my grenade out. They ran this way. Oh, they got me! Lucid Entity.
It's like day and night. If you go to like a streamer that doesn't have a lot of viewers and they're not doing this, it's like you have no incentive to stay, really. I mean, I want to watch all of this now. I mean, she's staying engaged.
I feel like there's only 2 people on the Imperial team, and it's like Lucid Entity and that other guy that keeps killing me.
So good job so far. I mean, I think the talking we've kind of beaten to the
For
ground.
a while, it was only like
The layout. Let me talk about the layout on this stream. I don't like the border around everything. It could be the masculine part of me, but I don't like that. That's just a personal preference. So if that can, I don't like that. I don't like that. She's got a cam border. I can get around that. That's cool. I like the branding. That is definitely recognizable. We talked about branding last week.
There you go.
I ain't ever gonna forget that cat face. That's hilarious.
Okay, let's see.
If I go to one of her other streams, like the one I was looking at before, you could tell where she's made a change. Because that one was before these bars were added. So that bar, that thing around the edge is like gone now. If I go to like this one, she does commissions, so I might be contacting her for some commission. This one has a different chat, looks like. So it looks like when she does creative stuff, and I can get behind this. First, I was wondering why the audio was so loud. She has the music up and she's not talking. When she's like drawing and stuff, so that's cool. I do that on my work streams. Hey, M Nash, what's up, man? It's like she has a troll in there. But she's got some mods going at it. This is a cat themed stream. Okay, she just told somebody it's a silent stream. That's why her mic's off. That's cool. It looks like she's trying different stuff. I like this. She's experimenting. And on this layout, she's not covering up too much. She's got the bar at the bottom. She's got the branding still. Her Twitter. Looks like that's her main thing. Latest donation, latest follower. And she has a scrolling status message about how she won't be talking, but she will type in chat, and somebody in the chat ignored it, which is the story of my life. This is much better than the other one. I agree, Iraq. I like this one a lot better than the one with the border around it and with the camera border. This one's a lot better. This is clean. Gosh, I'm trying to find some suggestions. I'm not a fan of that chat layout. The right justified one is, it's a personal preference. It's not going to take away from her stream. It's just a personal thing. Like a lot of things I'm seeing are like personal preferences. They're not really glaring issues that could take away from the stream. Let me take a look at another VOD. One that has... Oh, here's Heroes of the Storm. This might be a good one to watch. I ruined Endless on minimalistic layouts. Endless... Yes. Especially when people have borders around their game. Even when I do it, I hate myself. It's like, crop it out. Please crop it out. I hate to see the window border.
Okay, hope that sounds good.
Well, I haven't played this game in a long time. I didn't even know she was out. I didn't even know the medic was out.
I hope it does. Okay.
Does this have chat?
I guess I'm gonna go center because no one else is. Alright, hopefully maybe we could do a little bit of damage to this lane.
Okay, this one has chat.
I gotta go to this tribute.
Yeah, see, okay, here's a problem. Here's a problem. On Heroes of the Storm, she just may not have noticed this yet. The mini-map is... You have to have that showing. And this is like a function of having a different game. And I know that's why it's hard to have a static layout on all games. You don't want to cover up the mini-map on Heroes of the Storm.
Oh man, Stitches is on.
That's one of the things where, like, this side you can kind of get away with not having shown, but the mini-map has to be shown. So having the chat over the mini-map, I wouldn't do. I don't think that's a good idea.
Fuck.
So I would like move it up here in this area or up here somewhere above the mini-map.
Before they destroy your core.
That's like the only ding so far, and that's so freaking minor.
What is this weird team fight going on?
Alright, while this is going, let me take a look at the layout. I don't know why sometimes we get these big spaces in between the panels.
Okay,
It doesn't make
well,
sense.
They overextended wrongfully.
Like if I make it a little bit smaller, it goes away, but when I go ultra wide, it's like you will do that. So this looks fine.
Yep. We're doing a pretty aggressive push for the start. We're level 2.
It's not like that on yours. Do you have better Twitch? Or maybe it's just
Okay.
ReChat that's doing it. That's
Stun.
weird though. That doesn't. That, I'm not gonna blame her for that. That looks. This just looks weird. I don't know why that's doing
Need
that.
some more mana.
There's no reason for that to happen. I think it's better Twitch or something going on here.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at the profile and then we're gonna wrap this up, and we'll start taking questions in chat. It's 8:42. What time did we start? Like 7:30ish. So I think we can go to 9:30 if we start at 7:30. We are at an hour. Okay, cool. So we got like another half hour. Or an hour. Depending on what we have to say. Okay, that picture's hilarious. I can tell she drew it. Because just judging by the other pictures she drew. Good job. Good job. Hey, Meow Ching, what's up? We were just talking about you. Awkward. I'm just wrapping it up. And you came here at a good time. I had a lot of trouble with your stream. Let me tell you. You sitting down? I had a lot of trouble. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Like the things that I had problems with were minor. Like some of your older streams, I didn't like the border around the outside, and that's minor. And your newer streams, you don't have that. The newer streams have a better layout. And at first I was like, why can't I hear your audio? And then it says silent build. You weren't talking. I was like, oh, duh. And there's that. But yeah, we were just commenting on how you did a great job of talking. Like we went back and watched the Star Wars Battlefront stream. I just watched a Heroes of the Storm and another one. And tonight's topic was about talking, and you did an excellent job. That was exactly what I was trying to portray when I was telling everybody how important it is to talk. And I think you earned some new follows just by me showing this off, because that is not easy to just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. So you did a good job with that. But I couldn't find much wrong. So, gosh, when I critique streams, I feel bad if I can't find anything wrong. You know, because I want to help. But like I said, the outside board I wasn't a big fan of. Oh, and then in the Heroes of the Storm stream, we were talking about this. I think you weren't here. We were talking about the mini map, and I do this myself.
Over here.
Your chat on your hero stream was like over the mini map, and I would prefer not to have that on my streams. I would prefer to have the chat to be out of the way of things like the mini map, because in a game like Heroes of the Storm, MOBAs, even shooters, viewers want to see the mini map so they can see what's going on. So if the chat is over that, you know, that could be a little bit of a hindrance. So that was a minor thing, though. You could just like move it up a little bit and you're done. We were talking about the weirdness that's going on my stream. I don't know what's happening with my layout. For some reason, your layout breaks when I go full screen, but it doesn't for other people. So that's my problem. But wow, great job.
I'm gonna just refill.
Great job. That is really good.
Alright.
So have you found something that have you found you say you're looking for better lighting or a backdrop? Have you found something to look for? I mean, have you found something that you have you found something that you want to get? Do you have an idea? Because I don't know what your goal is.
Nice little push. Oh, KT's coming out. Oh shit, sorry. Here. I can make it. I can make it. There we go.
Okay. All right, guys, get your questions ready
All right.
as we go ahead and get ready to move to the next segment. I'll be right back, guys. Get your questions ready if you have any. We're taking open questions about streams, about talking, or whatever else you want to talk about. Related to streaming. Scotty boy, how you doing, man? I'm doing good. We just wrapped up our critique of Miao Ching stream. Great job so far. I'm really impressed. I definitely can see you're putting a lot of effort towards this. That was like having tears of happiness. I was like, oh, he's doing so good. So I just sent her a donation on behalf of our community just to help you out a little bit. So hopefully this will help you get towards your green screen goal. So yeah, this is on behalf of the Cakeys, so you can thank them. Just send a little donation your way. Thanks for introducing you to WeChat. No problem, dude. No problem. Okay. I mean, I told you. I didn't I tell you guys when you were like donate all that money to me the other day. I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to give it back to you somehow. Yeah, buddy. So, any questions, guys, regarding streaming? Anything that we talked about tonight? If not, man, I get into some games. I'm ready to game. So, get up to 19 hours. I'm kind of ashamed, but I'm not. 537 hours, 9 prestigious. Yeah, they're being put on YouTube. I have a YouTube playlist. If you go to my YouTube channel, it should be. I don't know. I don't know what clients see. I really got to learn YouTube again because I don't know what they've done. I have a playlist called Streamer Workshop. Ow. That was painful. I have a playlist called Streamer Workshop, and we got 3 episodes. We're in episode 4 now. Is Madman here? He was here. He might Might have left. I wanted to tell him that I got into Blade and Soul Alpha, and I didn't realize it till yesterday. But it's over today, so I might play that tonight. We'll see, depending on how the Elite Dangerous stream goes. So you asked about somebody. I didn't understand the question. I read that again. What do you do about TeamSpeak and stream delay? What do you do with TeamSpeak and Twitch delay stream? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Hey, Kashi, how you doing, man? Dragon DNX asked about VoIP in the background of a stream. What I'm curious about, too, having others talking over TeamSpeak and Ventrilo, why streaming is okay. Okay, the part I didn't get was about the delay. But streaming with somebody on comms is something that's tricky. And it attracts two types of audience. Well, it affects two types of audiences. People who come to see you may be turned off if people on comms are talking more than you. However, people who don't care so much about that, but enjoy the entertainment from the comms, will stick around. Having a healthy mixture of both is good for a stream. But if you have it on too much, sometimes it could distract. It could take away from the stream. Because, voice comms and streaming don't always go hand in hand. Like, if you're doing, like, a raid or something, it's great for that. But I've seen some streamers put people on comms, and I've even said it myself. I'm like, you need to turn them down, because they're getting on my nerves now. So it's a little bit of that. I mean, it's just sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. Other people, they're fine with it. There's no right or wrong with it. There's no right or wrong answer with having voice comms. It's a function of your audience and the people on the comms. Because, I mean, your audience can like comms, but if you got somebody that's on there that's just over the top obnoxious, just constantly being obnoxious, then it's probably going to be a long-term problem. But that's rare. That doesn't happen very often. What are your thoughts about staying quiet vs talking over cutscene dialogue? I don't care. That's why we have subtitles. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I don't have a policy on it. You notice I don't do it. I talk over cutscenes all the time. But if it's something interesting, it's like a single player game I've never played before, sometimes I'll listen. Like when first time I did Rebel Galaxy, I wasn't talking over the cutscenes. That's the most recent example. And having subtitles really helps. Because voice acting is something you can always go back and, you can go back and listen to if you want to. I agree with what Buona says on comm streams. I come to stream to watch the streamer because they're interesting. Generally, the people on comms are not as entertaining as they think they are. That happens quite a bit. Just some gamer. But there's exceptions. I mean, there's exceptions. But I don't want to generalize it too much. But, it's a mix. It's a delicate mix that you really gotta be aware of. What's your definition of being obnoxious? I don't know. I just know. I don't have like specific things. When I'm watching the stream and I make the cringe face, they're being obnoxious. I don't have a list of characteristics. Because that person, like, for example, I can say they're loud and they're obnoxious. But I can go to another stream and there's somebody on comms that's loud that's cracking me up. I can't really, it depends. So there's really no definition I have. It just happens. I could tell. Okay, here's one thing. If you can visually see that the person on comms is getting on the streamer's nerves, that to me is annoying. And you can tell sometimes when the streamer just makes a face and goes, it's like, that's annoying. Because if it's bothering the streamer, that tends to bother me. So it's, yeah. It's a delicate thing, man. I mean, because, when you play games, you want to be on comms with people sometimes because it helps, especially if you're playing a team-based game. Um, yeah. Don't I think Destiny needs to implement matchmaking for raids? I don't know. I've never done a raid. I hate it when the streamer stops talking because people on comms won't stop talking. Zodicide, that's happened to me before. I even got clips of it. Even that clip I showed, we were talking about the green screen at the last. It was funny. At the last streamer workshop, we showed my green screen video, and I was trying to explain the green screen story. I was like, I think I said, there will be no talking when I'm talking, and then I muted comms. But see, the thing is, the people on comms don't know. They don't know until it's like too late. So I don't hold them responsible when that happens, but it's hilarious. I got like 4 or 5 clips where every time I try to speak, somebody on comms speaks. It's so funny. It's like, it's not playing. It's just like every time I say something, it's hilarious to watch, though. It is. But I can tell you guys, as an up-and-coming streamer, and if you want to, on tonight's topic, if you want to work on talking, some people use that as a crutch. They'll use TeamSpeak or Discord as a crutch. Like they'll say, I can't keep talking all the time, so I'm going to go on comms, and you guys can help me talk. I'm not a fan of that, as using that as a crutch. Because ultimately, it's your stream. You really should work on those talking skills yourself and not lean on that as a way to have some noise going. Is there a way to mute comms in OBS? No, not that I know of. But what you can do is that you can set up like virtual audio cables and like programs to have your comms go just through your headset or something and not to the stream. So you can just redirect audio if you want. I do that for like EVE Online and for like I did it for a couple of WoW raids we did, where I ran comms. I ran comms because I wasn't sure about the policy. And I just ran comms through a separate virtual device, and it went to my headset instead of the stream. And for EVE Online incursions and for EVE Online fleets and stuff, that's a very common practice. Most fleet commanders don't want comms on stream. That's a good question, though. It's a good question. It's not a common question about having comms on stream. And volume levels helps, too. If your comms volume is too loud, it can definitely be a distraction. So you always want your voice to be loudest, no matter what. So if you got comms coming across the stream and they're louder than you, that's a problem. You really need to turn their volumes down to where your voice is higher. And I have that problem all the time, especially when I go into like Warframe or something, and Warframe decides to jack up everybody's volume for no reason at all. I have to constantly toggle that down and stuff. What are your thoughts on having music playing during the stream, either constantly or for certain events? I think we've talked about this before, and just to be consistent in what I was saying, it depends on your audience. Some people like music, some people don't. Some people like to play their own music while watching the streamer, and some people like to use the streamer as a radio station. That's why people have song requests on their stream. So it's a function of your audience. Personally, I like to have the best of both worlds. I like to have the music low enough to where you can play your own music and it won't interfere. And also, if you do want to hear the music, it's subtle enough to where you can hear it. So that's why you always hear my music. It's not like, I don't want my music to be overpowering of the stream. It's always like a lower level. That gives people options of hear, because my voice is much higher than the music. So people can play their own music and still hear my voice. No problem. No problem. Okay. Um, the questions have slowed down, so I think we're at a good stopping point. It's 9 o'clock. This is like the scheduled stop time if I started on time. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for a good streamer workshop. We will clip this out, and this is episode 4. We're gonna call it talking, because that was the beginning of the cast. We talked about that, and yeah, we're gonna end it here. And I want to thank everybody for coming out. So take care, and we'll see you next Monday.